The engine starts with a deep metallic growl. Cold air moves through the night. Streetlights reflect across a body sculpted like a weapon. And then, suddenly, everything explodes forward. This is not just another luxury coupe. This is not just another fast BMW. This is the machine that sits at the edge of insanity and elegance at the exact same time. The car built for people who want power without sacrificing prestige. The car designed to dominate highways while looking like it belongs outside a five-star hotel. This is the story of the legendary BMW M8 Competition, and once you hear what hides beneath its hood, you will understand why this monster terrifies supercars costing twice as much. The first thing you notice is the presence. The M8 Competition does not beg for attention, it commands it. Every angle feels sharp, every curve feels intentional. The massive kidney grille stares forward like the face of a predator hunting at night. The laser headlights cut through darkness with surgical precision. The wide stance makes the car look planted even when standing still. And those aggressive air intakes are not there for decoration. They exist because this machine breathes performance. But the real magic begins when you walk around it slowly. Carbon fiber details everywhere. Massive quad exhausts waiting to scream. Huge performance brakes hiding behind aggressive wheels. The roofline flowing smoothly toward the rear like a grand touring missile. Everything feels expensive. Everything feels dangerous. And the deeper you look, the more you realize this car was built for war disguised as luxury. Then you open the door. The cabin changes everything because suddenly the savage beast transforms into pure sophistication. Leather covers nearly every surface. Ambient lighting glows softly through the darkness. The seats hug your body perfectly, like they were designed specifically for you. Every button feels premium, every material feels handcrafted, and directly in front of you sits a cockpit focused entirely on the driver. But BMW did not create this interior simply to look beautiful. They built it so you could travel at insane speeds while feeling completely under control. The digital display responds instantly. The steering wheel feels thick and confident in your hands. The head-up display projects critical information directly onto the windshield. And hidden beneath all this luxury lies technology capable of unleashing chaos within seconds. Because the moment your finger presses the start button, everything changes again. The V8 wakes up violently. A 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged monster sits under the hood, producing over 617 horsepower, and the sound it creates is unforgettable. Not artificial, not fake, real mechanical aggression, the kind of sound that sends chills through your spine before the car even moves. 617 horsepower. Then comes the torque, 553 pound-feet delivered with brutal force. The turbos respond instantly. The 8-speed transmission fires through gears like a machine gun, and the xDrive all-wheel drive system grips the road with terrifying confidence. Press the accelerator once, just once, and suddenly the world outside begins to blur. 0 to 60 happens in around 3 seconds. Think about that for a moment. This massive luxury coupe launches harder than many dedicated supercars. Passengers stop talking, hearts start racing, your vision tightens, and the exhaust roars louder as the horizon rushes toward you faster than your brain can process. 0 to 60 miles per hour, approximately 3 seconds. But raw acceleration is only part of the story. Because many cars can be fast in a straight line, very few can make speed feel this effortless. That is where the M8 Competition becomes truly special. At highway speeds, the car feels calm, stable, confident, almost relaxed, as if cruising at 150 miles per hour is completely normal. The suspension adapts constantly, the chassis stays composed, and the steering gives you just enough feedback to remind you that this is still a true M car at heart. Then the road begins to twist, and suddenly the heavy luxury coupe transforms into something impossible. The grip is unreal. Corners disappear beneath the tires. The body stays flat. The balance feels precise, and the car attacks every turn with shocking aggression. You expect weight, you expect hesitation, but instead you find control, precision, confidence. BMW engineered this machine to break expectations. Rear-wheel steering improves agility. Adaptive suspension adjusts instantly. The differential distributes power intelligently, and the braking system delivers enough stopping power to make your chest tighten under heavy deceleration. The faster you drive it, the more alive it becomes. And that's exactly what makes the M8 Competition addictive, because this car has two personalities. One moment, it behaves like a refined executive grand tour. Quiet cabin, smooth ride, luxury everywhere. Perfect for long-distance drives across entire countries without fatigue. Then, one press of the M mode buttons changes everything. The exhaust opens, the suspension stiffens, the throttle sharpens, the dashboard turns aggressive, and the car suddenly feels angry. It becomes louder, sharper, faster, more dangerous. This dual personality is what separates the M8 Competition from ordinary performance cars. It's not one-dimensional. It doesn't force you to sacrifice comfort for speed. Instead, it gives you both, luxury and violence, existing in perfect balance. And that balance is incredibly difficult to achieve. Many automakers try, few succeed. But BMW has decades of M-Division history behind this machine. Every lesson learned from racing, every evolution in engineering, every victory on track, all of it flows into the M8 Competition. This is not simply a powerful version of a normal coupe. This is a machine developed by people obsessed with performance, people who understand emotion. Because driving is emotional. The sound matters, the steering matters, the sensation matters, and the M8 Competition understands this better than most modern cars, especially in a world where so many vehicles feel numb and disconnected. The M8 still feels alive. The exhaust crackles during downshifts. The rear end feels playful when pushed hard. The steering communicates confidence, and every pull toward redline feels dramatic. Speaking of redline, the V8 loves to rev. Power continues building aggressively higher into the RPM range. The turbos deliver relentless acceleration, and each gear feels like another explosion waiting to happen. By the time you reach triple-digit speeds, the car still feels hungry for more. And that becomes dangerous, because the M8 Competition hides speed too well. You glance down at the speedometer and suddenly realize you're moving far faster than expected. The cabin remains quiet. The chassis remains composed. The engine barely feels stressed. Everything happens so smoothly that massive speed becomes almost deceptive. That level of refinement is what makes this BMW terrifyingly capable. But capability alone does not create greatness. Emotion does. And the M8 Competition delivers emotion every time you drive it, especially at night. Imagine empty roads, city lights reflecting across the paint, the engine echoing between buildings, the cockpit glowing softly around you, and the feeling that you're piloting something truly special. Few cars create moments like that, because the M8 Competition is not only transportation, it's an experience, an event every time you start it, and people notice. Heads turn constantly. The design attracts attention without screaming for it. Car enthusiasts recognize it instantly. Even people who know nothing about cars understand this machine is different. There's an aura around it. Part luxury icon, part street predator. And perhaps that explains why the M8 Competition occupies such a unique position in the automotive world. It competes with exotic machines from brands like Porsche and Mercedes, while still carrying the practicality and daily usability BMW is famous for. You can drive it every day, commute comfortably, travel long distances, sit in traffic peacefully, then instantly transform it into a fire-breathing monster the moment the road opens. That versatility matters more than people realize, because many supercars become exhausting after extended use. Too stiff, too loud, too uncomfortable. But the M8 Competition understands balance. And yet, despite all its luxury and technology, the soul of this car still comes back to one thing: power. Pure, brutal power. The kind that pushes your body into the seat violently. The kind that makes passengers laugh nervously. The kind that leaves your hands shaking slightly after a hard acceleration run. That feeling never gets old, especially combined with the soundtrack of a twin-turbo V8 screaming through quad exhausts under full throttle. Modern performance cars are becoming quieter, more digital, more isolated, but the M8 Competition still fights to preserve excitement, and enthusiasts appreciate that deeply, because cars like this may not exist forever. The automotive world is